Welcome! I'm so excited that you've joined us for this celebration. My name is Cara Barnard, and I have the distinct pleasure of heading up the Greenhouse Experience Program here in the Atlantic. And I'm incredibly excited to MC today's virtual ribbon cutting for the new Atlantic Greenhouse at Dalhousie. Before we start, I'd like to welcome Fiona Kirkpatrick-Parsons, our National Advisor for Deloitte Indigenous, to acknowledge the land we live and work on here in Halifax.
Thank you, Cara. Kwe, dansi, bonjour, and hello, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with you today. I'm a proud Nehilau Isquiou, Woodland Cree woman, originally from Lac La Ronge First Nation in Treaty 6 territory. Like many, I'm a guest here in beautiful Mi'kma'ki, and I'm proud to be with you all today to share a land acknowledgement. Before I do that, I'd like to reflect on why we do land acknowledgements. Inspired by the 94 recommended calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada, the TRC, land acknowledgements are a necessary first step toward honoring the original occupants of a place. It's especially meaningful for people who are settlers or guests in a traditional territory to acknowledge the land. Acknowledgements help Canadians recognize and respect Indigenous peoples' inherent kinship beliefs when it comes to the land, especially since those beliefs were restricted for so long. And part of the point is also to recognize how systemic and institutional systems of power have oppressed Indigenous peoples and how that oppression has historically influenced the way non-Indigenous peoples perceive and interact with Indigenous peoples, all still quite prevalent in today's cultural, social, and political climate. And with that, I acknowledge that we are gathered in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq. The territory we are on is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship, with Mi'kmaq, Wolastoqiyik, and Passamaquoddy peoples first signed with the British Crown in 1725. The treaties did not deal with surrender of lands and resources, but in fact recognized Mi'kmaq and Wolastoqiyik title and established the rules for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations. Deloitte has offices all across Turtle Island on traditional unceded lands that are still home to First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. And we are reminded that we are all treaty people. Walaliok, Denegi, merci, and thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. That was impactful as always. So what is the Greenhouse Experience Program? It is Deloitte's creative problem-solving accelerator, and it's been designed and engineered to trigger innovative thinking with a bias towards action. We create customized experiences that blend behavioral science, human-centered design, and strategy to help organizations move forward on their most complex business issues faster. We're super jazzed to officially launch the Greenhouse Experience Program in the Atlantic region and officially cut the ribbon on our unique space at Dalhousie. We've assembled a number of key players to share what the program and the space means to them and the impact we can have in the region. We are all excited about the possibilities before us and look forward to bringing you along on the journey. Let's get this experience started. Here's a quick clip of the Breakthrough Manifesto to illustrate how we operate at the Greenhouse. We've asked each of our storytellers today to share one of the Breakthrough Manifesto principles so you can see the impact it can have in changing thinking and creating innovative solutions. The Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie is our first physical space that we've teamed up with the university. Let's hear from Dean Kim Brooks, the Dean of the Faculty of Management, and Dr. Deep Saini, the President of Dalhousie University, on what this means for them and the community.
The Faculty of Management is incredibly excited to be able to collaborate with Deloitte and the Greenhouse team to bring the Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie to life in our home on the Dalhousie campus. At the Faculty of Management, we vision a world where talented people from the private, public, and not-for-profit sectors work together to create social and economic value and new possibilities. We know that our next generation of talented leaders, managers, and professionals need evidence-based education and experience to realize their full potential. We provide learning opportunities for every student that enable them to see new possibilities for themselves and their communities, creating opportunities for them to explore and learn from both their successes and failures, and taking students beyond the conventional classroom. We appreciate that new knowledge and thought leadership often comes when we see beyond conventional disciplinary boundaries and when we engage across difference. This is why the Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie is such a great fit for us. The Greenhouse will provide a space for our students, faculty, and community partners to explore new ideas and new ways of thinking, a place where we can learn in a curated environment, to be led on a journey of outside-the-box thinking. With the help of the talented Deloitte Greenhouse team, we will be able to infuse themes from the Breakthrough Manifesto into our teaching practices. In this space, everyone will be a student. This collaboration with Deloitte also provides an opportunity to bring thought leaders together and to be a catalyst for inclusive innovation and entrepreneurship initiatives. Dalhousie President, Dr. Deep Saini, now joins us to tell you more about that.
Thank you, Dean Brooks. Dalhousie has a vital role to play in our region's innovation agenda. We know that a thriving region is the foundation for a successful university, and that the future success of Dalhousie and Atlantic Canada are inextricably linked. Dalhousie's ability to take our place on the world stage will only be possible if we simultaneously work to elevate the social and economic prosperity of the place we call home. The Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie provides a space and a mindset to realize new possibilities and to develop innovative approaches to challenges faced in the Atlantic region. Bringing our researchers, students, and innovators together with Deloitte and Deloitte's clients presents an opportunity to create something really special. Together, we can achieve more. This space will become a unique innovation hub that connects students and faculty members with private, public, and nonprofit partners. Through internships for MBA students, experiential learning, and research projects, our students will develop problem-solving and change-making skills by being part of conversations about the real challenges and opportunities within our region, and then become embedded in the solutions. The Greenhouse at Dalhousie is one way we will make Dalhousie's commitment to driving innovation in our region even more intentional. We are thrilled to have this opportunity to partner with Deloitte and to not only build on the strengths of the university, but to further our impact in Atlantic Canada.
Thanks, Kim and Deep. Speaking on behalf of the Greenhouse Experience team, when I say we are super excited to be embarking on this journey together with Dalhousie. So you might be asking yourself, how did this collaboration come to be? What was it that allowed this motley crew to think differently about how to bring the program to the Atlantic region? Well, lucky for us, Matt Harris was there from the beginning and has a story to share.
Thanks, Kara, and good afternoon, everyone. I am so pleased to be part of this virtual ribbon-cutting ceremony as we launch the Atlantic Greenhouse Experience Program and the Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie. Now, I can tell you that today marks the culmination and celebration of a significant effort amongst many people. It all began with an idea intended to spark innovation in the worlds of business and academia. It was the spring of 2019. I was in the final months of my tenure as Regional Managing Partner of Deloitte Atlantic. And our Canadian Executive and Board of Directors were holding quarterly meetings in Halifax. I had scheduled to meet with Dalhousie's then Dean of the School of Management and his senior staff to talk about innovation, both at Dalhousie and in the Halifax community. I invited our new CEO, Anthony Vale, AV as we refer to him, to join me at the meeting, and we got off to a great start. The discussion really quickly went to, what if we could structure a partnership between Dalhousie and Deloitte that fosters innovation? After all, we know that the Deloitte Greenhouse is a market-leading program to develop ideas, and we know that Dalhousie University is at the center of innovation in the HRM. Well, the idea really generated some excitement to the extent that we actually got up and went across the street to the site of the actual new Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie and toured the space. And the rest, as they say, is somewhat history. Collectively, we embraced the unknown. We silenced the cynics who thought that Halifax was too small to support a Deloitte Greenhouse. And we really did welcome the opportunity to stand up at Deloitte Greenhouse in partnership with such a renowned post-secondary university such as Dalhousie, my alma mater. I knew we could make it happen, particularly with the assistance of our incoming regional managing partner, Sherry Penner. Congratulations to everybody that played a part in getting us to today. And Kara, back to you.
Thanks, Matt. And we're very happy to see the innovation and creative approaches that come from silencing your cynics and stepping out of the norm. And since you started the introduction, let's hear from Sherry Penner and the great impact and vision she has for the Greenhouse Experience Program and the Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie for the region.
Thanks, Kara. And Matt, I couldn't agree more. As one of Canada's leading universities, Dalhousie stands out for their excellence in academic leadership and innovation. When we pair that with Deloitte's purpose to make an impact that matters by helping and inspiring others to thrive through access to knowledge and opportunities, I believe that we can work together to strengthen local businesses and organizations. Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada have stood out on the global stage with how we have navigated through the COVID-19 pandemic. So, what does our world look like as we ponder a post-pandemic existence? Will we return to previous practices or shift to a new normal? When the unknown sneaks up on us, it pushes us past old patterns, paradigms, and ideas. It forces us to check our edge. Although we haven't opened the doors to the physical space yet, over the past months, the Greenhouse Experience Program has already been making an impact in our region. From supporting the development of innovative new strategies that incorporate readiness for the future of work, the future of healthcare, and the future of seniors care, to supporting some of our Indigenous clients, both internally and externally, the Greenhouse Experience Program has already started to push our clients and communities to check their edge. We are excited to bring this and the many other capabilities of the Greenhouse to the region, as it will provide a distinct opportunity for our clients here to not only think differently, but also to do differently. Nationally, Deloitte is working to dismantle the systemic barriers faced by Canadians, particularly in our Indigenous and Black communities, to create a safer, more inclusive workplace in which all can participate in our collective prosperity. This long-term commitment to learning, growing, and remaining accountable involves internal and external stakeholders who can help us bring about lasting change. The Black and Indigenous histories of this region speak volumes for the resilience and capabilities of the local population. When I think of the history of Halifax, I can only imagine what new possibilities might be uncovered at the Greenhouse. Deloitte exists to inspire and help our people, organizations, communities, and countries to thrive. We are headed for a better future, built by accelerating and expanding access to knowledge. The Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie bridges the connection between our people and some of the future leaders of our region.
Thanks so much, Sherry. We're very much looking forward to helping to bring your vision to life for the clients and the community. And given the new home for the Greenhouse Experience Program is on campus at Dalhousie, we would be remiss if we didn't include a student perspective. Rika Kabede had the unique pleasure to be the first intern with the Atlantic Greenhouse Experience Program starting in January 2020. Needless to say, I suspect the internship was different than she imagined, but I'll let her tell you her story.
Thanks, Kara. As Kara mentioned, my name is Rika Kabede. I'm a current MBA candidate from Dalhousie, and I was the Atlantic Greenhouse Experience Program intern from January until August of 2020. Being part of the Atlantic Greenhouse was an incredibly exciting experience as we were laying the groundwork of how the program would operate and create impact in the region. While my experience was definitely altered due to the pandemic, I learned so much about how vulnerability and the unique way that the greenhouse shapes client experiences can truly lead to breakthroughs. And that's regardless of whether they're held in person or in a virtual format. Originally, as an outsider looking in, I thought the Greenhouse Experience Program appeared to be a creative and fun hub for clients and their teams. And while this is definitely true, being part of the team made me realize how much time, precision, and creativity went into each and every one of the sessions. From the metaphor that's weaved into the objective, to the integration of all of our senses, all the way through to the members of the client team that are involved, everything is so carefully curated. This experience taught me that working with and supporting clients is not a one-size-fits-all situation. You can really dial up the drama of every client experience to allow the clients space to achieve the breakthroughs they need.
Thanks, Rika. It was awesome to have you on the team and supporting the program through the uncertainty caused by the pandemic. The Atlantic Greenhouse Experience Program isn't just specific to our region. It's an exciting, unique new piece of a broader network. To share how the Greenhouse Experience Program fits into this broader national and global picture, Lynette Horton, our Canadian national partner, is here to share her vision and excitement.
Thank you, Kara. It seems like yesterday, although several years ago now, that the Greenhouse Experience Program launched here in Canada. A group of like-minded individuals came together, armed with a new approach to challenge the status quo and enable leaders and teams to think creatively about the problems in front of them. Our Greenhouse Experience Program operates on a global scale with teams and spaces on nearly every continent and over 50 locations across 31 geographies. Around the world, thousands have experienced the transformative power of the Deloitte Greenhouse Experience. And now, more than ever, virtual and in person, organizations are facing unprecedented changes in the marketplace and need the science of human engagement to reach their goals, capitalize on actionable insights, and build winning strategies. We are so proud to be officially anchored in the Atlantic region. And with this Greenhouse Experience location, we broke the mold with our first co-located space within a top academic institution. What an amazing opportunity to work alongside seasoned academics, researchers, and students who are our next generation of leaders. We will be creating opportunities for our clients and the community to step outside business as usual to tackle complex challenges through customized experiences that engage, shift thinking, and accelerate time to impact. I am so excited to continue working with Kara, Sherry, and all of the leaders from Dalhousie. In this new environment, human engagement is more important than ever, so I hope to be working with many of the great leaders here in the Atlantic region very soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynette. I'm always so inspired to hear you talk about the work we do and the impact we have. So there it is, friends, the story of how the Atlantic Greenhouse Experience Program came to be and the impact we are eager to continue to bring to the region. We will be reaching out to you in the coming months to see if a Greenhouse Experience Lab is that one thing that you and your team need to start to unpack and creatively solution some of your biggest business challenges. But in the meantime, please reach out to your Deloitte contacts if you think we could help. Before we go, we wanted to share one more achievement with you, the virtual cutting of the ribbon for the newly created Deloitte Greenhouse at Dalhousie. Woo!